Guys, they just don't get it. They really don't get it. But apparently, the Spider-Verse, as in Sony Pictures Spider-Verse, isn't dead, right? Instead, they're planning a fresh reboot. Let's check out this report from the Hollywood Reporter. Like, this is just insane, right? So, this is according to CEO Tom Rothman. He confirms that the studio is planning a fresh reboot to the Spider Man extended universe after the franchise's string of box office disappointments, aside from the Venom films, which I never watched, right? I know they did well, but I just don't believe in supporting Sony and their vision of like Spider-Man, what they want to do. Like I'm just not a fan of it. Rothman was asked by Matt Belloni on the Town podcast, where are we in the Spider-Man franchise? Not the animated Spider-Verse. Is the larger Spider-Verse dead? No, replied Rothman. Are you going to go back to those at some point? Yes, Rothman confirmed. But it will be a fresh reboot. Yes. New people? Yes, yes. The executive added that the scarcity has value, and so you have to make the audience miss you. They have completely lost the plot. Completely lost the plot. No one cares. No one cares about this. I don't know. I would love to have been in these rooms, right? These boardrooms, these executive rooms where people were deciding, hey, you know what? Let's create all these movies about Spider-Man's villains without having Spider-Man in it. Like, and just to hear, like, right, it just lets you know, like, in these studios, right, in these big, studios, there's nothing but yes men here. There's nothing but yes men, because you already know it's just some dude who just, pitches this idea. Hey, how about we like take out, we put out all the Spider-Man villains and put them all out there, right? And there's probably some guy in the back room who's like, how is this going to work without Spider-Man? It's like, shut up, George. We don't care what you say, right? This is a good idea. Let's have Morbius, right? Let's do, Rhino. Let's do Craven, right? Let's put all these people, right, in a movie, right, without Spider-Man. But it'll be fine. It'll work just fine. Dumb, so stupid. Again, they've completely lost the plot. Completely have lost the plot, and they're gonna run out more of these movies, and nobody's gonna watch. They're gonna tank, right? And then they're probably gonna blame us, the audience. They're gonna blame us. They just didn't get it, or they're so, the audience is so concerned about woke, and they're a bunch of bigots and all this stuff. Like, it's the same nonsense we heard when Madden Web came out, right? And again, didn't even see that movie, didn't care about watching it, like, not at all. Not because it was a bunch of women, but because it looked stupid. The characters, don't care about the characters, don't care, like, at all. Sign me up for a Wonder Woman movie all day. I like Wonder Woman. I care about Wonder Woman. Why do I care about Madam Web? And why do I care about the B list little heroes that I don't even know what their names are, that they were playing, right, in the movie? Don't care. Don't care. We got those girls before we got a live action Miles Morales. Ridiculous. Again, they've completely lost the plot, and they're about to just waste a whole bunch of money. And I don't know what needs to be done at this point, but Marvel, you guys just need to get the rights back. You need to get the rights back to Spider-Man. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how it'll work out. I don't care how much money you have to pay. You just need to get these rights back, man. Like, Sony has no idea what they're doing. And the only reason why they are pumping out all of these movies, right? All these films is because from what I know, from what I understand, they are obligated contract wise, right? The deal with Marvel is that they have to produce these films in order to maintain and keep the rights to Spider-Man. They have to pump out Spider-Man products. They just have to. And so it's just like they're literally just doing this, right? Just to keep the rights. They have to know at this point no one cares. They have to know at this point people think that their stuff is garbage. Although it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't think that. Again, they probably look at the audience. They look at us and like, these guys are a bunch of bigots. They don't know good stories. Like all this stuff, right? They're misogynistic, like all this stuff, right? And this is what they actually believe. And so they're just going to pump out more stuff. It's nonsense. Like it's just complete nonsense. And and again, for me, I'm not going to support it. Not going to support it. I know the first Venom movie came out and people liked it. I refused to go watch it. Again, I refuse to go watch it because I'm not going to support something that doesn't have Spider-Man in it, right? And that there isn't actually going to be this connected universe. I'm not going to watch it, and I don't care how good it was and how much people liked it. I believe that Marvel needs to get the rights back, and so I'm just not going to support it financially, right? I'm not going to support anything that Sony does at this point. Like, I won't. And so, you know, I don't know. I think, again, this is just a waste of time. They're going to create all these new films. It's just going to be a waste of money. And I feel bad for like the ground level people, the people who like are going to be working on this film. They're going to be doing all this grind, putting all, their blood, sweat, and tears into it. And yeah, you can say like, well, they have a job. It's just they're getting paid for it. But it's like, yeah, but they're getting paid to do mediocrity. They're getting paid to be a part of something that at the end of the day, no one wants to be a part of, right? No matter if you got paid, right? Even if I got paid to work on the film, I don't want my name associated with Kraven the Hunter. I don't want my name associated with Morbius. Right? I wouldn't want my name associated with Madam Web, right? I wouldn't want my name associated with those films, like, because they were trash, garbage. I wouldn't want my name attached to it. Sure, I'll take the check to have worked on it, but please, for the life of me, I wouldn't even care about having my name in the credits. Like, I don't want to be associated with it because I know it is just going to be straight garbage. And so, again, they're just doing this because they need to keep the rights. They don't want the rights to go back to Marvel, but Marvel should do whatever they can do to get those rights to come back to them. If I remember correctly, Marvel, when it was dealing with Fox and the X-Men, right? The X-Men movie franchise was beginning to wane and people were not caring about it anymore. I believe Marvel, like, if I remember correctly, they discontinued the X-Men comic books. One of their biggest like money makers. They were just like, we're just not going to have the X-Men anymore. And I believe that was done in part to put pressure right on Fox to, hey, give us the rights back because we're not even going to be pushing X-Men anywhere anymore. We're not pushing it at all. And so not only did it wane right in the cinematic universe, but it then waned like overall everywhere. And I think they need to do something like that with Spider-Man. And I understand that Spider-Man makes way more money in comparison to X-Men, right? They make way more money, but it's just something that just needs to be done. They need to do something to put pressure on Sony to give them the rights back. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think about this? I personally think it's just going to be a bunch of trash. But I appreciate you guys. Peace.